Hey guys, what is going on? This is Idle, and today we're going to be talking about the best 4-star claymores currently available to use. Let's just get right into this. If you've been looking for a way to optimally increase your DPS with claymore users, you've come to the right place. As you see on the screen here, the first one we're going to be talking about is the White Blind. This is actually going to be our honorable mention for today. Now, the White Blind is a craftable weapon. You're going to need a Northlander Claymore prototype, crystal chunks times 50, and 50 white iron chunks. Now, this weapon, the reason I put it in the honorable mention is just for two reasons. The first being that the secondary stat type is defense, so this will only help out Noelle a lot. It's going to help Noelle do a lot of damage because she does scale off of defense with a lot of her skills. But the second reason that this didn't make the honorable mention list is because of the passive effect, which says on hit, normal or charge attacks will increase attack and defense by 6% for 6 seconds. Max force stacks, 24% total, can only occur once every 0.5 seconds. So you're gaining both attack and defense percentage. This is going to make it so you're going to be a lot more tankier, as well as be able to dish out more damage consistently. The stacks refresh every 0.5 seconds. So you're always being able to stack it, and it's going to last about 6 seconds there. It's a great weapon if you don't have one of the other three I'm going to mention on the list, so definitely worth an honorable mention. Now let's get into number 3 for today. That's going to be the Royal Greatsword. Now the reason I put this at number 3 is because the secondary stat type being attack percentage. Now normally most of these weapons scale off of attack. You level them up, the base attack increases. There's a secondary stat underneath the main stat. In this case, it's attack percent. So the higher you rank this weapon up, the more damage it's going to pump out for you and your characters that you're using it. This weapon hits number 3 because upon damaging an enemy, increases crit rate by 8%, max 5 stacks. Literally, when you multiply that, you're getting 40% crit rate if you're not critting. But if you're already at 60% crit rate, you're going to be critting most of the time. And if for some reason you don't, you're going to find your way up to 100% crit. A crit hit does remove all stacks, but that's why you do want some crit in it anyways. This weapon is really great because the synergy between the attack secondary stat type and the crit, you're going to be pumping out a lot of consistent damage with your character. Now let's just move straight into number 2. The number 2 that we do have on the list here today is going to be Serpent Spine. How you obtain this is through the battle pass. What makes this weapon stand out amongst the rest is the secondary stat type is crit rate. So once you get that maxed out, you're going to have a way higher odd to increase the odds of you hitting a crit. So what you're going to want to do with your artifacts is build crit damage and attack percent. This way you're going to optimize your DPS. The effect of the Serpent Spine says every 4 seconds a character is on the field, they will deal 6% more damage and take 3% more damage. This effect has a maximum of 5 stacks and will not reset if the characters leave the field. You'll lose a stack if you take damage. If you get a maximum of 5 stacks, you're looking at 30% more damage, and that is from all sources. Now, the perk about this weapon is it's free to play. You can just get it from the battle pass. So once you stack up enough, points from doing your daily activities, battle pass weeklies and dailies, this is something you'll be able to get your hands on. Definitely worth it if you're missing out on some crit rate, and honestly it is one of the better weapons in the game for that exact reason. You're going to be pumping out a lot of damage. The downside is, at 3% more damage you'll be receiving, but if you can dodge or you can switch out characters, you'll be perfectly fine. Just be careful when you're using the weapon. Now let's just jump into the number 1 spot here today, and that's going to be the prototype Amunis. Now this weapon is phenomenal. It's obtained by forging, pretty similar to the White Blind. You'll use the Northlander Claymore prototype, crystal chunks, white iron chunks, same thing. You'll just have the option of one of the two. The reason this takes the number 1 spot is not only you can keep refining it to get the percentage in the passive to increase by feeding those duplicates, but the secondary stat type is attack. With the attack percent scaling as you rank it up, you're going to be doing way more damage. Most of your skills scale off attack percent, as well as your auto attacks and your charged attacks. So you're going to be putting out a lot more damage with that secondary stat type also helping in for your attack stat. What the passive effect reads is on normal or charged attacks, they have a 50% chance to deal an additional 240% of attack damage to enemies within a small AoE. Can only occur once every 15 seconds. 240% of attack damage is nothing to laugh about. So with this weapon, you can literally just be auto attacking, and let's say you're in a horde of mobs, it's gonna deal AoE damage to all of them. And it's gonna be massive. It's not gonna be 100%, which is what you're normally hitting. It's 240. That is a much higher multiplier than what you're already hitting them with the base. Add that in with, of course, it ranking up the base attack plus a secondary stat type of attack percent, you're going to find yourself doing some crazy numbers. And as I mentioned, once you start refining more copies later on in the game, this 240 is going to keep going upwards and upwards and upwards, so you're going to find more damage as you continually rank it up. But that pretty much wraps up the list here today, guys. Comment down below what you think is the best 4-star Claymore in the game today. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button for more Genshin Impact videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.